Let's not stand on ceremony here.
Nah. Being patient doesn't get you what you want, does it?
Before he was Bane, before he was Venom, before he was the guy in every gritty, growly voiced British drama, Tom Hardy was just a troubled kid from London with a rap mixtape, a modeling trophy, and a knack for making every teacher's life harder. Today, we're breaking down how Tom Hardy went from an expelled drama student to an international star. But we're not just listing roles, we're telling the real, behind-the-scenes story, the small moments, the unintentional genius, the weird pivots. This is the story of how Tom Hardy became the Tom Hardy that we know and love today. Let's get into it. Born Edward Thomas Hardy in 1977, he was raised in Hammersmith, West London. His mom was a painter and his dad a novelist and a comedy writer. His parents made quite the pair, artsy, rebellious, and just the right amount of chaos. By his own account, Hardy was a menace as a teen. Expelled from boarding schools, arrested for joyriding in a stolen car, and struggling with drugs and alcohol by 15. He was living fast and spiraling faster.
Eddie, I apologize that I can't mend the heart.
Hardy attended private schools and had a comfortable upbringing, but he felt like an outsider. Misunderstood, angry, always testing the boundaries. He was expelled from multiple schools and got mixed up in petty crime. By 15, he was already drinking heavily and experimenting with crack cocaine. In interviews, Hardy said he would have sold his own mother for drugs. By his late teens, he was arrested for car theft and possession of a firearm. He described his youth as out of control, admitting he was on a path to either prison or death. But there was something else inside him, a creative hunger. Underneath the wild behavior was a sharp intelligence and emotional sensitivity. A teacher at Richmond Drama School spotted it, encouraging Hardy to channel his energy into acting. It was his first real spark of purpose. He went on to attend the Drama Centre of London, known for its grueling training and Stanislavski-based method acting. Fellow students remember Hardy as talented but intense, someone who would take roles so seriously it scared people. But under the chaos, there was raw talent. So, how does a kid like that end up in a modeling competition? In 1998, on a whim and probably a dare, Tom enters the Big Breakfast Find Me a Supermodel contest, and he wins. This wasn't a long career move, but it put him on camera, and that's where he wanted to be. He also tried to make it as a rapper under the name Tommy Number One. Yes, that's real.
Me cry, you hold my hand to hold it tight as I can. These are memories to die for.
And he recorded a mixtape with his friend Ed Tracy. It remained unreleased until 2018, but it shows just how much Hardy was willing to throw himself at creative outlets, hoping something, anything would stick. The first real break came by the name of Band of Brothers. It's 2001. Hardy's still in drama school, and Steven Spielberg and Tom Hanks are casting for their World War II miniseries. Hardy auditions, and he lands the small role of Private John Janovet, and he drops out of school to take it. It's a blink and you'll miss it role, but the show's prestige puts him in the orbit of some serious industry players. But even as the work started rolling in, Hardy's addiction was still a secret war. By 2003, after starring in Star Trek Nemesis, Hardy hit rock bottom. He was found on a London street, passed out, covered in vomit and blood after a days-long bender. And that was his turning point. He checked himself into rehab. For the first time, he began to work hard on recovery. And with sobriety came clarity about the kind of actor he wanted to be and the kind of life he wanted to live. After some scattered TV and film work, Hardy lands Bronson in 2008, and this movie changes everything. He's cast as the notorious British prisoner Charles Bronson, a man so violent even other prisoners call him extreme. To prepare, Hardy meets with Bronson himself. They talk, they spar, they swap mustache tips. Hardy bulks up about 40 pounds and then disappears into the role. This wasn't just a performance. It was a transformation. Audiences and critics took notice. Suddenly, Hardy wasn't just promising. He was unforgettable. Christopher Nolan saw Bronson, and when Nolan sees something in you, he doesn't forget. In 2010, handpicked by Christopher Nolan himself, Hardy joins the cast of Inception as the character Eames, the witty, smooth-talking dream forger. It's his first big-budget role, and he nails it, balancing wit, charm, and menace all in one character. What's even more impressive? Hardy later admitted that he didn't even understand the script. He just trusted Nolan, and that trust would lead to much larger things in the future. 2 years later, Nolan taps Hardy again, this time to play one of Batman's most physically imposing villains, Bane. Hardy trains like a man possessed, bulking up again and creating that now infamous Bane voice.
But not of your body, of your soul.
Audiences were divided on the audio, but no one doubted his presence. He was terrifying, methodical, and magnetic. The role made Hardy a household name, and a guy every gym bro tried to imitate for the next 3 years. This includes myself. I still dream of having the traps that Bane has in that movie. Wild. After Bane, Hardy could have coasted. Instead, he took risks. In Locke, he plays a man in a car, on the phone, for 90 minutes. One actor, one location, and somehow, riveting. In Legend, he plays both Cray twins, Ronnie and Reggie, sometimes fighting himself. And in The Revenant, he goes toe-to-toe with Leo, earning an Oscar nomination in the process. You see, these weren't safe roles. These roles were proof that Hardy wasn't in this to be comfortable. He was in this to act. Then came Venom. Critics were mixed, but fans were obsessed. Hardy played dual roles again, both Eddie Brock and the alien symbiote. He made it weird, funny, dark, and kind of adorable. Only Hardy could make a head-biting parasite feel like your favorite roommate. But Hardy wasn't content just to be in front of the camera. In 2012, he co-founded a production company called Hardy, Son and Baker with his longtime friend, Dean Baker. Their goal? To develop gritty, character-driven stories that Hollywood often overlooks. And this wasn't just some kind of vanity label. Hardy was deeply involved. One of their first major projects was Taboo, a dark, slow-burn BBC series set in 1814 London. Hardy starred in it, of course, but he also co-created the show with Stephen Knight, the man who created Peaky Blinders, and his dad. Yep, Chips Hardy. The man who once wrote comedy sketches for a living was now helping his son build a grimy, coal-smudged TV universe about colonial conspiracies and haunted legacies. This was family bonding, Hardy style. Hardy took the writing seriously, showing up to writing rooms with concepts, plot twists, and full backstories. He even helped shape the mood and tone of the series visually. To be honest, I think Tom Hardy has been too busy lately because we're still waiting on season 2 of Taboo. for years. Every year I Google, when is season 2 of Taboo coming out? And there's never a clear answer. Come on, Tom. Get it together. Since then, the company's been involved in producing documentaries, indie films, and development work that gives Hardy more creative control over the types of role he takes on and the story he tells. He said in interviews that his ultimate goal is not fame, but freedom. To tell stories his way, without needing to ask for permission. Tom Hardy's story isn't a straight line to success. It's more of a zigzag of talent, trouble, risk, recovery, and raw commitment. He didn't stumble his way into success. He fought his way into it. Every strange side gig, every casting flute, every dramatic pivot, it built him. Not just as an actor, but as a force. Tom Hardy didn't have a clean path to greatness. He had chaos, detours, and demons, but he turned all of it into fuel. That's the real takeaway here. Success doesn't always come to those who play it safe or get it right the first time. Sometimes it comes to the person who messes up, owns it, rebuilds, and shows up anyway, over and over again. If Hardy's story tells us anything, it's this: your past does not define your future. What matters is what you do with the second chance. Tom Hardy's current net worth stands at a whopping $45 million. That's quite the underdog story. He overcame. He conquered. So when the world tells you no, answer like Tom Hardy would, with a sexy voice, a fearless stare, and a story that no one saw coming. I'll see you in the next one. Tom Hardy doesn't just act. I think he summons his energy from another plane of existence and then yells in it. He could play a spoon and somehow make it terrifying and sexy at the same time. And yeah, I do think Tom Hardy is a sexy man. What does that say about me? 80% straight, 20% gay. I don't know. You do the calculation. I mean, I'm just looking up a lot of his stuff, and it is incredible how you just... how do you forget how incredibly handsome this man is? Judge me all you want. I'm just saying. This is me going off script. It's a beautiful man. If he walked in this room right now, and my fiance said, "That's a straight man that I am engaged to," I would say, "You're full of shit. Don't talk to me that way in front of Tom Hardy." Tom Hardy is set to We'll get it. Tom Hardy is set to play a biopic of the Antarctic explorer. Dude. Speak English. Tom Hardy is set to star in a biopic about the Antarctic explorer Ernest Shackleton. He's set to do a lot of things. Let's be honest. I'm still waiting on the second season of Taboo. Where is it? Nobody knows. Can you please tell me? Every time that I Google this, it never comes up with anything for sure. He's never like, oh, or however Tom would talk, he'd be like, "Oh, bro, we're making it in 2025. It's more of an Australian accent. I could never be Tom Hardy, but I'm just saying, get on it, man. I've been waiting forever. I gotta rewatch the first season. When was that made? 2016, 17, 18? It's forever ago. I should be dead by now, but I'm not. I'm waiting on Taboo Season 2. In 2012, he co-founded the production. In 2012, he co-founded the production company Hardy & Son. That doesn't sound right. Hardy, Son, and Baker. In 2012, he co-founded the production company Hardy, Son, and Baker. Why would you name it that? Listen, be beautiful, be an amazing actor, stop coming up with names for production companies. In 2012, he started a production company called Hardy, Son and Baker with his longtime friend, Dean Baker. In 2012, he co-founded a production company called Hardy, Son and Baker with his longtime friend, Dean Baker. There we go. I got that one. Only 30 more minutes to go. But Hardy wasn't content to just be in front of the camera. I've forgotten the rest of the script, and I keep having. I need a scroller thingy. I need a text scroller so I don't have to look here and then talk here. But I'm poor. Sub to me. Like my videos. Share them with everyone so that I can create more professional videos and talking to the camera with my scrolly text thing. What is that called? Why can't I think of what that's called? Why can't I remember what the script is right now? Probably because it is 10:47 at night and I am 1,000 years old internally. But Hardy wasn't content to be in front of a camera. Hardy wasn't content to just be in front of the camera. I'm not content to be in front of the camera. Let's say it. Just say it. But Hardy wasn't convinced. Oh, why do I want to say convinced? Content. But Hardy wasn't just content to be in front of the camera. But Hardy wasn't just content to be in front of the camera. There we go. There we go. I'm going to bed. I'm exhausted. And Tom Hardy bulks up about 40 pounds, which is, in British terms, 2 to 3 stones. Can't leave that in the video. Hardy bulks up about 40 pounds, which, in British language, is 2 to 3 stone, in case you're curious. How do you make weight be stones? How much does a stone weigh? Excuse me. How much does a stone weigh? Well, let's break this down. 2 to 3 stone is about 40 pounds. I didn't freeze. I just can't do math in my head. 2 to 3 stone. 40 divided by 3. About 13 pounds. Or 20 pounds. Is it 20 or 13? What does Google say? How much is a stone in pounds? 14 pounds. So that's closer to 3 stone. It's a little over 3 stone to be exact. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's a little under 3 stone. That's why the internet says 2 to 3 stone when it comes to 40 pounds. Why? I wrote this. Why would I put that in there? Because I want to appease everyone, and because Tom Hardy's British, and you want to give credit to where credit's due. You want to pay homage to him